It's Week 5 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar wide receiver. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Raiders and the Texans, and it comes
as the sun starts to set. We're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewer up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
Here's Smith on the return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football. He did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get it up to the 44. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. Into the red zone. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. 1 pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both. Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And Vegas takes it back for a touchdown! The Raiders pull that in front further, 13-zip. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I can hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
That quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. This Texans offense ready up for its 2nd drive of the contest. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jack Jones making that tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. He'll cobble together a yard there. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, look at this. He gets it back. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Raider football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run here on 1st down. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. Brushes him off with ease. Bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the 28s before the defense halts it. Now here's a look at his production from last week and the part he played in his offense's victory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. One of the tight ends in motion left. Here's 2nd and 2. Pass is caught at the 9. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 20-zip lead. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders push their lead to 21-zip already. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. As they get set to take over on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half Well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
We'll have to pause now as they tend to an injured player, and that appears to be Joe Mixon, who they're looking at. Alone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun, Stroud. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Texans set to punt. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Connects on the crosser. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And look at this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out now come the Texans on offense. First down, Stroud. Chased out, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Stroud. Escape. Wow, it's free again! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And this is a huge loss on the play. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. A play fake, now Smith to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Smith. He's loaded another one up. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. They'll motion a tight end left. Working inside the red zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Raiders blowing them out now, 34-zip. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Still first down.
Throwing now from the gun. Collins there to grab it. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Stroud off the play fake. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Smith. Touchdown! Ooh, baby, Brock. This one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him. Yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jack Jones making that tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 28. Completed to Collins. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Third and just 2 to go. Blown back, it's the handoff. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Takes this in at the 25. And no offense needed as they take the return all the way back for the touchdown. You gotta love when your special teamers say, take some time off, offense. Your presence, no, it's not required at this moment. That guy took care of things himself with an electrifying return.
Yeah, find somebody who doesn't welcome some time off from work, Kate. They're more than happy to chill out on that sideline, offer some extra applause as that return team did more than its normal job.
So after giving up the punt return score, Brock, let's see if they can answer on a different type of return. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family, because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Finds his target, Mason. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. This might be a free play for him. Finding Collins. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. All right, here we go, second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And this is away, wisely headed for the sideline to avoid that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left. He's got it at the 30. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders threatening to run away with it already. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the continue adding on to that lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. A whole lot to nothing is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll begin a new drive, 1st and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Wheels, man, this entire first half, they drop it behind the line. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Looking to throws. Wow, it's free again. And the Raiders get to it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Raiders grow their lead off the turnover. Carlson good on the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Webb. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. 3rd and just 2 to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. This one goes for 3 yards. And it sets up a Houston first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. It's round throwing here on first. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Houston. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. This return starts at the 5. And ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raiders are being led back. First down, Smith to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On first down, they'll run. Open space inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running after this offense. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg for him. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. First throw for the backup now. Cut near the goal line. He has the touchdown. Well, this is something we've been monitoring, and it's actually happened for just the 3rd time ever. A player has caught 20 touchdowns in a single season as he joins a couple of the greatest to do it, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, in this exclusive club. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
At the 26-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. We're at halftime here in Vegas. The Raiders defending their building thus far. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour out in the city of Angels, Los Angeles. And that one at the half, 20-7 is the score. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdown passes. It was a former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He had a half for the ages, touchdown pass after touchdown pass. He threw a month's worth of touchdowns in just those first 2 quarters of play. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the 3rd. And this is going to be far from the only time these replays will be on the screen over the next week, Brock, but they're not going to enjoy watching them. Have not taken care of the football, and this looks a whole lot like teaching tape for this defense.
Kate, think of all the great defenses over the last 50, 60 years. The 85 Bears, I think of the Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. 39 takeaways in their Super Bowl title winning year. Elite defenses have games just like this one where they take the ball away over and over and over and over again.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Quick throw to the left is complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 46-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by the rookie out of Colorado. And the Raiders have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that. Done, incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Complete beyond the marker. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, well, an explosive. The exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Well, he certainly... contest for him, his coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Has it at the 7. And now he's going to head out of bounds after a nice game. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. What is this? Carr off the play fake. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect And here, you did, I did, the defenders.
Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.